radiates, warming up our cold night, supporting comfort, supporting comfort, cascades flow down the mountain, calling the children of earth with love in their heart, with love in their heart. My soul never loses hope, because your love always teaches me the solution lies in hard work. The solution lies in hard work. For my Lord is offering a harvest of wonderful blessings. Make you, small son, a good Christian. Make you, small son, a good Christian. Oh Jesus, here I am, my knees on the floor, to say thank you, my Lord, for the lives that come through this door. Your love is the key to change the entire world. Using these chains wisely, we will live in peace and harmony. Now I understand, helping others is helping myself. Your words now are so crystal clear. Your teachings have no frontiers. To see all these transformations, we just have to put love in action. Helping myself. Your words now are so crystal clear. Your Your teachings have no frontiers. To see all these transformations, we just have to put love in action. Blue crystal eyes, colors of the sky, gray bushy beard, Santa's look alike. Shine on your brothers on there, suffering, living joy, or in pain. Blue crystal eyes, colors of the sky, gray bushy beard, Santa look alike. Shine on your brothers on earth, suffering, living joy, or in pain. Bezerra de Menezes, apostle of the good, receive our prayers and also our heart. Bezerra de Menezes, apostle of the light, place our pain at the feet of Jesus Christ. Hello, everyone. Good evening. I hope we can have a wonderful night. So, before we start our meeting, we'd like to share some announcements with you and the people that you are there with you. So, we'd like to ask you to turn off your cell phone notification so give you more attention and not get distracted. Also, if it's possible, find a quiet place so it's better for you to understand the subject that we're going to talk tonight. And our meeting has the format that 30 minutes, more or less, 45 minutes. And after we have 10 minutes for questions and answers. So after the presentation, we have a spiritual treatment that consists in pass and magnetized water. So you're going to ask me, what is magnetized water? So I'm going to explain to you. Is a blessing that we have, that we ask for the good spirit to put the remedies in the water so we can be used, you and your family, and everybody has a benefit from. So also I'd like to let you know that these transmissions you can see through our page, Facebook page, in our YouTube page. Also, you can see in the Conference Continental America and Spiritism group Path of the Light in Canada. And Wednesdays at this time, you can see in Kardec Radio and YouTube Kardec Radio too. So, would you like to know more about spiritism? For instance, the speaker tonight is gonna talk about obsession, and you can learn a little bit more if you join us to get to know spiritism. It's a free course that we have every Saturday 5:15, and we soon on the fall we're gonna have a new classes, so everybody is invited to participate with us. So we also like to share with you that we are offering gospel at home. If you want to start in your home, we can help you out to start and how to maintain for a couple of times. We can offer a virtual life and gonna be good for you, your family, if you're alone. So we can support you to do start this gospel at home. And also, everybody can participate. If you have visitor, you can participate the gospel. If you have your family, everybody is welcome to be there with us. And also, we offer a vibration, like it's a time that we ask everybody to pray together. So if you want, we're gonna post later a chat, and there is a address that you can put your name, or if you want to vibrate for your friend, someone that you love, so you can put his name and your name, and then you can put any name there so we can pray together for them. It's like a book that we have. It's a private names you're gonna put there. You're gonna go to the Google, and you can put the names there. We're gonna pray for them together. I'd like to very happy announce it too that in May 21, actually 19, 20, 21, we're gonna have our Alta de Souza Fraternal Meeting, and the theme is gonna be Charity the Way. It's gonna be in Winnipeg. So everybody is welcome to go to the summer in Winnipeg. Okay, we're going to talk about the Spiritism Center. We're going to talk about family, vices, and depression. And we also going to have a practice of the Alta de Souza Fraternal campaign. So everybody, children, teenager, everybody is invited. Go there, May 20 to 21st, 2023 in Winnipeg. Tonight, we have a special meeting with our friend, Dr. Sergio Thyssen from Brazil. He's going to talk about obsession, the greatest scourge of humanity. So we're going to start our meeting right now. I'm going to do an initial prayer, but everybody is invited to do comments in the chat and questions, and we're going to answer in the end. So for initial prayer, I'd like to ask you, if you feel comfortable, close your eyes and bring to in your internal eyes, in your mind, the figure of Jesus Christ, the light of our planet. In these moments, thank you, Lord, for this opportunity to be here together, gathering under your name. We also ask, allow the good spirits to be with us, those that coordinate the Spiritist movement in Canada. Allow the good spirit to do a good thoughts and an intuition to our friends, the speaker tonight, Dr. Sergio. Your peace, your love be with us today and forever. So be it. And now, I'd like to introduce you our dear friend from long time, Dr. Sergio Thyssen from Brazil. If you don't know, Dr. Sergio He's the son of our ex-president of the Federation, Brazilian Federation of Spiritism, Francisco Thyssen. So welcome, dear friend, Dr. Sergio. Thank you for coming. I'm gonna be in the back. Anything if you need, I'll be here. Okay?
Okay. Hello, Publio. Hello, everybody. I am very happy to stay with you again this night, tonight. Um, we need to talk about a very interesting and important issue in terms of uh, this world of tests and atonement. And as a doctor, I am trying to understand many and many different illnesses around the world studied by medicine. And because of the mediumship resources and possibilities, we are dealing with the idea of the influence of the discarnate people in all of the patients with very hard and suffering diseases in terms of biologic or physical problems, but especially too in terms of mental disturbances, mental illnesses around the world. So I would like to have many hours to talk about this, but our intention is to point some aspects of this frontier between spirituality and medicine, between the spirits and the human life related to the suffering of the people, because the obsession, as we can study in Spiritism, because as Spiritists, we have this uh, precious condition to understand many, many different problems of the human life in all of the world. So I would like to ask Publio to put the first slide, because I will try to uh, show you this as a way to be clear to talk about this. Let me show you what happens. Okay, okay, thank you. This is the title of this little, very little presentation, Obsession, the Greatest Scourge of Humanity. I would like to present you this old slide, because when we study obsession in medicine, obsession in human life, we need to understand that we have two big human conditions when we are incarnate and when we are in the other side of life. So this is just one word, but we have two different expressions of the human being living here. So we change our position during the centuries, but we have a very clear linking between them. And so we are trying to work and to do our research and trying to help the people with different medical problems in some kind of bridging spirituality, spiritism, but spirituality and medicine. This is 40 years experience because of my parents. I begin to study spiritism very soon in my life. So I remember this presentation in Salem State University before the pandemic, trying to discuss this bridging process in terms of the medical science and the interest of the university in terms of this. When I show you, we have different main slide in different presentation in Italy, in Poland, and Canada, and in other cities around the world. So I would like to remember to you that in this world, this is one big hospital, a hospital of souls or a hospital of spirits. This is not our earth. This is not one example of word. This is not one reference of word. This is a very big school, and especially this is the place to billions of human beings, human spirits, very sick in terms of moral reference. So we are one community of 22 billions of souls with moral deficiencies, gathered together for re-education and regeneration according to the moral and ethical codes of the universe. So in those days, we are 8 billions of incarnated, and we are in the other side 12 billion of discarnate spirits. We need to advance. We need to become healthy in terms of spiritual terms. So only with this kind of healthy, we will have the possibility to do not have more so different diseases, different diagnoses as we have nowadays. And we need to work in terms of inner enlightenment to substitute our vices to by the virtues that we study in the gospel, for example, in the gospel of Jesus, especially according to Spiritism, in the book of Allan Kardec. I would like to remember, my friends, with you that we have studied Spiritism one hierarchy of words. So the earth, we are in the condition during many and many millenniums, and we will stay in this kind of world during the next millenniums, a world of tests and expiations. So obsession are very clearly related to both the tests and atonements. And as a doctor, as a physician, I am dealing with the results of the spiritual influence in the human life because of the old, in past lives, the old troubles, that we create in different scenarios and situations of our past lives. We are dealing with the idea that we have uh, to live the consequences of our moral disturbances because we are free to do many things, but we will need to have from the past lives the results of our choosing and our acts in family life, in professional life, in human life in general. So, obsession is a very important aspect to study. We are studying now here in this little or short life, but we are studying this, for example, religiosity, spirituality in medicine. In the future, we will study everyone this theme, this issue, uh, in the schools of different stages around the world. We will have to try to understand this from our childhood, for example, in the direction of the adult life. So it's a question of time, but we will need to study this because this is to study the reality. And we have a big suffering in the world. And many things that we are doing now in the very different context of human life, we will live in the future again very important consequences in terms of suffering and in terms of different diseases. For example, when we open one case with cancer, when we open one case of autism spectrum disorder, when we are caring of one depressive woman with suicide attempt, always we are dealing, we find spirits, discarnated one, and we need to care of them because they are related to the patient because of bad and old uh, uh, problems created by one or another in terms of creating suffering to the people. And we need to deal with this. Each one, when we work, when we do something, or we did against the references of the divine law, as we can study, including in the Spirit's book. Let's go. Spiritist approach for patients. So, because of the obsession, we learn about our world reality of this humanity. So we have, because of the study and practice of the mediumship, we have the disobsession or the treatment of the spirits related to the cases. It is very difficult to obtain some kind of benefit, some kind of freedom, some kind of medical recovery, in terms of exit, uh, in terms of success, in dealing with the suffering from the patients without to help as soon as possible the discarnate spirits related to which case of autism, depression, cancer, uh, cardiovascular diseases, and all of the big medical problems that we have in our history of humankind, the history of humanity, of medicine. We understand the relationship between the discarnate and the incarnated one in all of the medical suffering around the world. We have too the fluid therapy, the passes, we have astral surgery, we have the magnetized water, we have some uh, uh, possibilities to include in this treatment. But the main aspect is, for example, the fraternal dialogue with the spirits related to each patient. And we are doing this for many decades because we can compare the results before and after this approach. This is one kind of medicine nowadays. For example, I, because of one suggestion of a friend of mine, a psychiatrist from Argentina, to share our spiritist experience, trying to help the patients, especially with mental disturbances, mental problems. So the first time that I tried to share this spiritist experience because of mediumship and fluid therapy and cure magnetism, it was in Beijing, China, because the first acceptance of the abstract in some kind of resume of the spirit society experience during some years. This is one photograph from Beijing, China, in the 5th World Congress of Psychotherapy, 14 years ago. This is the slide of my presentation, Spiritual Approach of Mental Disorders. And I remember 2008, 2,000 of psychiatrists, psychotherapists from many and many different countries around the world in that meeting in China. So this is the title of that approach. And then I share with the colleagues spiritual approach of mental diseases. So I tell to them about this experience, trying to be clear to them because it was a very it was a completely new idea of the reality of the mental disease patients. That colleagues, they never could hear something like that. but they stay very curious about what this doctor from Brazil are trying to introduce to us. And it was a very nice experience to share with them. So I tell to them about the idea of the incidence and prevalence of mental disease growing throughout the world, and the causes are not yet clearly established in spite of the recent advances in modern psychiatry. And the therapeutic outcomes are disappointing in many cases. This is the reality of the psychiatry from that years to now. So I was trying to introduce the idea of the spirits doing something in mental life of the people related to the obsession, the occult influence of them in the human life. So I tell to them about the cases, 36 cases of different mental problems as depression, panic, schizophrenia, autism, and bipolar disease. I tell to them, my colleagues in medicine, the using of mediumistic techniques as the human ability to enter spiritual reality in an objective and clear manner. We have come in contact with the spirits and the spiritual contexts in the spiritual world, linked with each patient that have a well-defined and disturbed situation. We can see them, can see the spirits, and talk to them very clearly through the mediums. This is completely different in that years, as you can imagine. Spiritual approach of mental diseases, the diagnostic approach to understand the spiritual aspect of each case happened with the aid of a team of doctors, mediums in spiritual treatment centers. In all cases, the spirits were of human beings who had lived their lives such as we live ours. They were now in a spiritual reality that is a world parallel to ours, because they do not recognize, they do not know nothing about this. They interfered psychically in the lives of the patients, causing harm and maintaining the symptoms of specific mental diseases. To them, in China, Beijing, the main city of the country, the capital, the ties between these spirits and the patients were established in previous lives and all the reincarnations. Maybe this was the first time that we talk about this. For example, reincarnation in psychiatry, in medicine. Do you understand? In previous lives and all the reincarnations. In a non-controlled prospective study of 36 patients with mental disease mentioned above, by using mediumistic sensitivity or mediumship, we were able to see and to receive those spirits to act in uh, a psychotherapeutic manner, the dialogue, the fraternal dialogue with them, such that we were able to undo the spiritual ties of each case. This is some kind of benefit related to the freedom uh, between them, the freedom not only to the incarnate patient uh, that are visiting the mental health hospital, but this is a freedom to the suffering spirits in the spiritual realm. We need to care of them. We have doctors, nurses, we have hospitals and clinics in the spiritual world too. But it is not easy to help everyone with the structure that we have in those days in the spiritual reality, because we have uh, billions of spirits in a difficult condition, suffering in the spiritual reality. And we need to help, we need to care of them. We have this nice possibility. And we are studying this during many and many different years. Continuing, this resulted in an evident improvement of a significant percentage of the cases, 86%, and even resulted in a complete and sustained recovery of mental health in many of them. And this is very, this give to us some enthusiasm to repeat this approach to everyone. Here, we are dealing with patients with mental illnesses. We have pandemics of anxiety, depression, schizophrenia, bipolarity, panic, substance dependency, because of many big problems around the world with alcohol, with cocaine, with fentanyl. In 1 year, we had 2021, seven 700 of patients dying by month in the United States of America. This is a tragedy. Each one of that patients, they are one human being with its histories of life. And we need to understand this moral, social, economic, and mental and medical problems and the relationship with all of this in human life in terms of the action of the spirits in different contexts of suffering too, related to the suffering of the incarnated ones. This is some kind of mediumistic medicine of the future, mediumistic psychiatry of the future that we are trying to study now doing this experience in practice to benefit many different patients around the world because of the facilities that we have today in terms of communication. We receive uh, the people in different countries around the world asking for help in this kind of approach because we are sharing the results with our colleagues in the Psychiatrists Congress frequently. So this is some resume of that cases, and we uh, inform, we share to that colleagues in China, for example, fundamental postulates, immortality of the soul, reincarnation, law of cause and effect, action and reaction, communicability of the spirit's mediumship, intervention of the spirits in the physical world, existence of the spiritual world, because the people do not understand this with the same uh, uh, facility that we can do because we are spiritists and we study this reality, this knowledge. We do not have doubt about this. But in terms of the word, independently of in medicine or in each one of different works around the world, the people don't know nothing with this clearly understanding as we can have because we are spiritists. So the existence of the spiritual world, the physical body, the spiritual body or perispirit, and the soul or spirit. This is the main postulates of the Spiritist doctrine. And this is medicine too. We need to discuss and to share this aspect of Spiritism to the doctors around the world. And we are doing this. For example, we work about some details of the constitution of the incarnated human creature. We talk about near-death experience. We talk about some aspects of science in those days and spiritual science to put some clear just a minute. Let's go. We talk to my colleagues about the earth and this humanity. This is Spiritism. Fundamental aspect, the soul accumulates its experiences of all previous incarnations. Illnesses of the body and mind in consequence of the torments of the soul. Existence of the spiritual world of sources, causal, matrix, place of life of the spirit. Interchange between two words, the relationship between them. Reciprocal action among beings of the two worlds, and law of personal responsibility, and the reasons, the consequence that we have because of this in terms of human suffering. I, uh, I talk to them about centers of spiritual treatment. They didn't know nothing about this and about this uh, kind of approach. We talk to them about mediumship, some clear aspect. For example, the mediumship that allows to see the spiritual body or perispirit, allows comparison between this body and the clinical situation of the patients, allows to see the results of the spiritual treatment. We can, with the mediumship, to monitor the results, comparing during the treatment, but before and after the treatment. It is very, including very nice to see the differences. Allow to see the spirits, to talk to them, to treat them, and to detach them from the case. Rescue them, guide them to the a big and clear and lighting sphere of life, completely different of the life that they have till the mediumistic meeting to benefit them. Allows to see the situation of other lives that are related with the current disease and its severity. I talk to them about centers of spiritual treatment, incarnate and discarnate teams, volunteer work free of charge of all the attended, ethical aspects of the mediums, and other considerations to them. I clarify to them how are the mediumship sessions, 6 to 12 members, mediums around the table, individualized service without the presence of the patients, name, age, and address that we have to care, that we need to care of them. Sight, incorporations of the spirits connected to the case, rescue, treatment of the spirits, and referral for further treatment. One idea of the mediumistic meeting, because I try to share with them about one table with a director, with the mediums and the spirits in the spiritual reality around the table too, being cared with by those teams, the incarnate and discarnated ones. We talk to them about the basis of Spiritism medicine. And we are dealing with this from that years, 40 years ago to now, trying to put in evidence the importance of the influence of the spirits in human life in general, but specifically related to the medical problems and the suffering, independently of one specific diagnosis in psychiatry or in general medicine. This is to them some pictures about some hospitals some environments to help the people in a hospital term, independently of the spirit centers. This is a very interesting aspect. So if I enter now in the National Library of Medicine of the NIH in the United States, the best site in medicine to benefit all over the world and to receive all the researches, the abstracts, the papers related to medicine in this planet. And this is the PubMed. All of the people can enter in this site to do what they want, to study some aspect of medicine. And for example, here, when I write those days the word spirituality in medicine, I obtained 24,000 of papers traducing researches, including spirituality in medicine. When we look to the graphic, we can see the exponential growing of the number of papers related to spirituality. We are living a different time because spirituality and medicine, it is a clear advancement to the medical science in all of the countries in the world. A different example, when I enter, for example, in the same site, I put religion and spirituality. Both words, I have 12,000 of papers. Can we see the image of the growing of the number of papers? Those days, we are dealing with this new understanding of the relationship between religion, spirituality, and medicine. This is a picture. For example, when I have some patients that are needing some cardiovascular surgery with open heart surgery for example, revascularization, we have surgeons that before the beginning of the surgery, they ask to all of the team of the surgical center to do that surgery, open heart surgery, a very complex and at risk of life, before opening the chest, the prayer. I have colleagues in cardiology, in surgical centers, they do not begin the surgery without the prayer, as we can imagine in this picture. For example, in the same site, when I include the word prayer, I have 77,000 of papers relating prayer and medicine. I will spend 1 decade to study everyone of that papers. Do you understand? So I need to put another word to close the research of what I am looking for to study. We are living in medicine one different time, one beautiful time. But this is something that we are studying in universities and faculties of medicine in all of the big and different countries that are very developed in terms of medicine. Annals of Internal Medicine, the efficacy of distant healing in medicine. The best magazine in medicine, the New England Journal of Medicine from Massachusetts, United States, got at the bedside, for example, should physicians prescribe religious activities? This is an editorial from that magazine. Here, the Lancet in London, religion, spirituality, and medicine. So, my friends, this is a new time. And we need to understand the human life, including the spirits, to many different interests in terms of human life from the incarnated people in terms of our point of view, our understanding of life. And in medicine, because the obsession and the frequency of this very common trouble in the relationship between the two sides of life, we are very satisfied to see the results that we have when we open cases to look for the spirits. But independently of trying to help, we need to discuss the prevention. And because we have the Spiritist science, we have the gospel according to Spiritism. We have the prescription of Jesus to the humankind. And we need to change our minds in terms of valorizing the prevention of the bad illnesses to our future lives here, including in this big hospital that we have in terms of the planet, the Earth. Thank you, my friends, to your time and this possibility to share with you.
Dr. Sergio, this subject is fascinating, and you're right. We need a seminary for us to talk all day long and learn about this, because it's fascinating. A lot of things that coming in the new era, new medicine, and the medicine of future. So we're gonna need another opportunity, like a seminary. When you're here with us, we're gonna have. But as you said, our time here is short, but we have a just two questions for you. It's coming from different people. Luciano, what the difference between obsession, fascination, subjugation, and possession? Like
Okay,
a small word.
I understand. Luciano, hello, my friend. Obsession, it is some general idea. And as in medicine, here too, we have different degrees of the severity of the influence in the human mind from the spirits. For example, with Allan Kardec, they told to us about simple obsession. In a different stage, fascination. In another different stage, subjugation. So the common is the obsession in a way that we frequently do not recognize the influence of the discarnate people in the life of the common people. But because of the severity, when we have a subjugation, a fascination, we can detect very clear the idea of the disturbance of the human mind of the patients. Do you understand? We can uh, do some different approach. For example, simple obsession and complex obsession. And frequently, we receive cases of both of these different degrees of severity. And obviously, when we have fascination, subjugation or complex obsession, we need to put those cases in some kind of preference to help them as soon as possible.
Very, very interesting. Like you said, you still you can talk 3 hours and we're gonna ask a lot of questions, and it's good because everybody now pay attention because obsession is not related to religion, right? It's related to spirituality or religiosity. Not only something from spiritism is there in the world, so
Yeah.
it's very important to understand that, right? There's another question is related, and uh, I'm gonna merge those. How can we avoid the negative influence of spirits in our life?
This is Rodrigo and colleagues. This is a very important issue related, obviously, with this thematic. Uh, we need to know about ourselves. We need to study our life, our impulses, our choosing preferences, our thoughts, our ideas, our feelings. We need to do something like self knowledge because we are spirits very far from the heaven, very far from the mental health, spiritual, moral health. So frequently, because of the suffering during life, we are being invited to do some different things in terms of our lives day by day, decade by decade. So, in this world, till now, the people don't know about themselves, our origin, where we come from, what we are doing here, what kind of reality that we have inside and around us. So we need to talk about this, about our soul or spiritual condition. And we need to understand that our suffering are related to the past lives. And we will only obtain one different level of sanity and cure, including the inner life in terms of spiritual life, if we change our life, our choosing, our thoughts, our uh, dedication. And we need to know about what is a world of tests and autonomous. What we will have in the future in terms of uh, regeneration word. But in this future, we need our personal regeneration. We need to do many changes because we have so many vices, but we need to have and to develop virtues in terms of spiritual. And because of this, we need to understand and study the Jesus Christ, for example, prescriptions to the humankind. Because as spiritists, we know about the condition, the spiritual condition of the Jesus Christ. And for example, prayer, vigilance, forgiveness, love, fraternity, compassion, empathy, solidarity. This is the word of the future. Inside me, inside everyone. This is the changing process to the happiness, to the freedom of the obsession process. This is the way.
Charity, the way. That's the good answer. Dr. Serge, we'd like to say thank you. Thank you for the bottom of our heart for this moment. I know it's the time is so short because we need more time to understand and try to to put this in practice in ourselves. Like we have to change ourselves first to change the world. So we'd like to have another opportunity, maybe talk the same subject because it's fascinating. And in name of all the group, all the people that are here, people from everywhere, United States, Brazil. So we are saying thank you to you for your time, for your experience, sharing those beautiful moments. Really, thank you.
You are welcome, Publio. And everyone, I am very happy to stay these minutes with you. Thank you for everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So after being presented by have this gift, this lecture, so we'd like to tell you about the spiritual treatment. That it's one of the things that the spirit team use to treat obsession. So is what is a spiritual treatment? Well, it consists in the past. Past is a transfusion of spiritual energy, assisting our physical, emotional, and mental balance. We also is the best to the best benefit from the spiritual treatment. Please follow the guided audio instruction and remain in prayer. You may close your eyes to help your mentalization. Remember in the beginning, we asked you to put aside the container of water. That is the time for magnetize the water. The water receives healing energy from our body and soul, which you and your family can be benefit from. So to start that spiritual treatment, we're gonna again do a prayer. That's also it's a final prayer. So we'd like to invite you again. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes and bring in your mind the figure of Jesus Christ. And these moments open his arms, asking us to go to him in the position of servant. Say, thank you, Lord, for this beautiful opportunity that we had. Thank you for bring us all the instruction from spiritual world. Thank you, Lord, for the moment that we had. Allow the good spirits come here these instants and magnetize our water, preparing ourselves for the treatment. Be with us today and forever. So be it.
Let us now prepare ourselves for the moment of the passes and the magnetization of water. Let's now calm our hearts, breathing in and out. Pay attention to your body. Focus on your breath and let yourself be carried by this energy. Let your thoughts pass by without judging them. Let them flow. Allow this light to be the beacon that guides you, and allow these words to penetrate your energy. Make each word an anchor of gratitude, faith, and trust. With the purpose of healing, which takes away my faith, healing every feeling of separation, of pain, let it all dissolve in this moment, leaving only love, gratitude, and trust. We ask God for the presence of our guardian angel and the friendly spirits who welcome us into this enlightened environment of our Spiritist Center. We open our plexus of love and forgiveness by mentalizing a light surrounding our hearts. Find a quiet and comfortable place to begin the mentalization process. Remove all worries from your thoughts. We ask that during the pass you breathe slowly and deeply. Let your body relax and surrender yourself to a deep meditation. Calmly imagine divine energies in soft and colorful light surrounding you in an environment of peace and spiritual warmth. Entrusting God with your most intimate desires, raise your thoughts to Jesus and the emissaries of the spiritual environment. The pass begins with the cleansing of your soul. Imagine a waterfall of crystal clear water pouring over us, removing all the feelings that keep you away from faith and trust. Feel the energy of this water bathing you and deeply breathe in, feeling peace and harmony. Allow this water to wash away all the impurities and spiritual larvae, washing away all the sorrows and resentments, any feelings of hatred and revenge that hold us back and cause us harm, not only from this life, but past ones as well. Now visualize spiritual doctors around you, applying magnetic cleansing passes, sanitizing your spiritual body of all sadness and negative energy. Mentalize these negative thoughts and feelings being washed away, evaporating from your soul, like water evaporating into thin air, and being carried far away from your mind. Surround yourself with the faith that bathes your being, bringing clarity and lucidity, rebalancing every cell in your body. May the water envelop all pain and bring the clarity of opportunity that chooses peace. The answer arises in our hearts, freeing us from all evil and freeing all whom we have caused evil into and who have caused us evil, washing away all the connections that bind us. Even though we may not understand, you are freeing yourselves from all that causes us harm. Feel this cleansing penetrate your soul and release. Now that we are spiritually cleansed, imagine yourselves surrounded by the light of love from the hands of Jesus. At this moment, sing words of faith and gratitude, being faithful to the light that exists in me, planted by the zealous Father. Imagine the sunlight that surrounds and enraptures, freeing us from the chains of everything that holds us down, strengthening your faith. Allow yourself to trust in this light, surrender to it, involved in pleasant feelings and feeling relieved to receive the strengthening lights. Mentalize your spiritual mentors now applying divine light for the strengthening of your mind and your emotions, leaving you feeling emotionally revitalized. Let us now mentalize the magnetization of this water. May we mentalize all the friendly spirits, magnetizing this water and filling it with everything that our bodies, minds, and soul need, so that it may be of help to us when we drink it after the Pass. Thank you, God.
So I'd like to say thank you for all of you, your company, your being here with us. And I'd like to invite you for the next week. We're going to be here at 8:30 at night on Tuesday. Have a wonderful week, a very good holiday on Friday, Good Friday, and be with God today and forever. See you next week. Thank you a lot.
Source of love that radiates, warming up our cold night, support and comfort, support and comfort, cascades flow down the mountain, calling the children of earth with love in their heart, with love in their heart. My soul never loses hope, because your love always teaches me the solution lies in hard work. The solution lies in hard work. For mine are the Zephyrina, harvest of wonderful blessings. Make you small son a good Christian. Make you small son